Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is Titans Return Deluxe Class Flintlock and Sergeant Kup. For those of you who are unaware of who Kup is, I guess I can give you a quick bio on him. He appeared suddenly in the 1986 Transformers movie, along with a lot of other characters like Hot Rod and Springer and RC and Ultra Magnus, only to find that most of the Transformers they've watched for the last 2 seasons of the show were about to die and be replaced by these guys. Hooray! It was tragic as a child to watch that. Kup is the cantankerous old person on the team who has a million war stories. He teams up with Hot Rod when they escape Earth, and is just generally an old person the entire time, complaining about kids on his lawn and worrying about when Denny starts their dinner hour and just general other old person things. But he wasn't one of my favorite characters. In fact, he was probably my least favorite of the new characters, and he had a pretty bad toy. So I've never really cared about owning a Kup, but this guy looks so good. Let's take a look at the robot mode real quick. He has fantastic proportions. Looking at him, you actually have almost no kibble on him, very similar to how the original Kup looked. He has tires down here, so you know he turns into some kind of car. He has a big windshield on his chest, but that's it. Everything else is just pure robot goodness. Now, being a Titans Return character, he is a headmaster, which is weird because Kup was never a headmaster. He was a target master. So he had a little robot pal that turned into a gun, but this is a completely separate character. This is Flintlock of the Flintlocking Kup that I was talking about. It wows me that this is a Transformer. Like, I know it is, but when you look at what it turns into, it's crazy that they got the figure to look this good in robot mode. I really like it. Before we move on to the transformation though, let's take a quick look at his articulation. Head back and forth, kind of up and down, but not really. Arm can move out to the side, but if you go all the way out, it pops it out of the joint. It can move up because of transformation. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and useless outward wrist articulation because of transformation. But you can use it to get him into some weird poses. Waist swivel, leg moves out that far, back that far, out that far, upper thigh rotation, single jointed bend, and a little bit of toe articulation because of the transformation, with this being his widest stance with both feet on the ground because of predetermined molding and lack of ankle pivot. So the articulation is actually pretty good. Some things that he's missing would be like an ankle tilt, which would give him a little bit more posability. Some kind of ab crunch would be great, but you know, that's kind of a nitpick because I consider those two things to be advanced action figure posing, and this is pretty basic, but I feel like it's good for what it is. Before we move on to transformation, I do want to talk about his accessories that he comes with. He comes with 2 guns. Obviously, one can fit in each hand, as it should. I like to put it so the fancy side is out. And using that double jointed elbow, you can get him in some pretty rad poses. I definitely like this figure. It's a lot of fun. And it looks really good. He also does come with instructions, obviously, but you know what? I don't really feel like you need it. I found this transformation to be very intuitive. Let's go ahead and look at it right now. Head comes off. Head unfolds, turn smaller head around, and do whatever you want with the arms. Flintlock is now transformed with Kup's face on his back. Fold arm up, wrist out. Twist arm around, fold in, peg in. Undo windshield, unpeg bottom of the chest, unpeg second bottom of the chest. Turn waist, pull out the grill, move everything back, close windshield, push up, close in feet, unpeg the back, unpeg the top, unpeg the side, straighten out. Put shin guard under hand, pull the whole thing around. Peg points are here and here. Close up back. Then make sure that back is closed together. And there you have Kup. Open up windshield, place figure in. Ta-da! And here we have it. The transformation is simple, fun, intuitive. I honestly have a fun time just doing it. Transforming him forward and backwards. Some things I love, the way the chest compacts in and out of itself, and the way the lower shins wrap around and become the entire front and side of the vehicle. I just think it's really neat how that works. Some things I don't like, sometimes the back doesn't peg together as well as it should, but that's not a big deal. And I don't like that his fists are just here on the top. That's also, I feel like, kind of a nitpick, but this is probably the biggest problem, is he has visible hand syndrome, I guess. Also on the bottom, you can tell he's got legs right here. Other than his hands and his legs down here, there aren't really any other visible body parts. So I really like the way it looks. So what is Kup? Kup is a futuristic truck. And when I say futuristic, you have to keep in mind that 1986 to 2005 was a long ways away. And Kup was essentially, I think it was supposed to be just a truck from 2005. Obviously, trucks didn't look anything like this in 2005, but in the 80s, who knows what could have happened in 25 years. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Kup looks how he looks. I don't think he looks bad. He looks fine. He's a lot of fun. His hood does open, and what you can do is take Flintlock, his little Titan Master, put him in a seated position. He does sit in the cab. The unfortunate part is I can't get the feet of mine to peg into the hole that's inside of there. So he does just kind of, that's probably the biggest problem with the Titan figure. He just kind of rattles around inside because he doesn't peg into his seat very well. But that's honestly not a big deal because I don't care about that anyway. He also does have gun storage on the back here. So his guns can just sit on the back. They can also, if you're into it, sit on the side and kind of go forward. But this is dumb. I don't know. I'm okay with it being back here than on the sides because it's a truck. So it just makes more sense to me. One last thing you can do, there's a play feature where you can kind of clamp the two sides of the gun together. And you can get his Titan Master, Flintlock, or any other Titan Master, and you can put it into the gun as like a seat. And this pegs into like base mode figures like Fort Max or Power Master Optimus Prime, Sky Shadow, and any other ones that turn into a base. He can just peg right in and become a gun on there. And that's, I mean, it's neat. It's cool probably for smaller children. It's a fun play feature for that, but being a, you know, grown, mature adult, it's a little beneath me. Yeah, right. I mean, it is, but like, come on, dude. I'm playing with toys. This is stupid. What do I think of him? Despite his flaws, I want to give him a 4 out of 5. I know a lot of people don't care about Kup and are passing on him. My advice is to don't, because he is a really good, fun to play with figure, and he's my favorite of the current wave, and the current wave has some great figures in it. Maybe if you don't want to pick up the Hasbro version, Takara is making a version that has a more accurate paint and colors and a better G1 looking head sculpt on the Titan Master. So that might be something that's more up your alley, but those are even a little bit more expensive than this, and I don't really care about that. That's just me personally, but that is coming out if you're interested in it. So that has been Titans Return, Flintlock, and Sergeant Kup. What did you think of my review? What did you think of the score? Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Go ahead and give me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Also, I just want to give a quick plug for myself. I did get this shirt if you like it. It's sort of a Ninja Turtle mashup with the original Transformers movie, the movie from 1986. This is one of my favorite shirts that I own in my collection. I got this from Ripped Apparel. If you use my code down in the comments or my name, Mike Case, in the checkout, you get 10% off of your purchase from Ripped Apparel. I'm not really sponsored by them, but I'm cool like that, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.